Are you a goofy goober? Because I am. I'm your host, Larry Saperstein, joined today, as always, by some may even say the Patrick to my SpongeBob.
Whoa.
The sandy cheek to my other sandy cheek.
Oh.
Jacob Bellotti, how are you?
I am so good. And I'm so happy to be with you with all these SpongeBob puns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, this episode is brought to you live from Bikini Bottom. So welcome to Let's Talk About That.
All systems are a go.
Talking database activated.
Begin in 3, 2, 1.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about who? Let's talk about me. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that.
Girl, I cannot believe we are talking about that.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Let's talk about that.
So you want to tell the people why we're coming to you from Bikini Bottom?
No reason. I just like SpongeBob.
Oh, okay.
No, we have a very exciting story.
My God, one of the most unexpected evenings we've ever had last night. We got invited to go out with one of our friends.
Yes. And she said, come to this jazz night at this random restaurant that was like 30 minutes away, kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so we go and we get there and we're hanging out. And of course, the friend who invited us did not show up.
Did not come. No.
But she was hanging out, or her plan was to be hanging out with this person who walked in.
Yes.
Tom Kenny,
Tom
the voice
Kenny.
of SpongeBob.
Voice of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Walks into this restaurant that we're at.
Yes.
And is expecting us.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
looking forward to meeting us.
Yes, and we spent the whole night with Tom Kenny.
And he was really nice.
He was really nice. He was so lovely.
Meet your heroes.
Yeah, he walked in. He knew everybody there. He
Yeah.
was saying hi to everybody.
He is kind of like a physical embodiment of SpongeBob in many ways.
Yeah,
I think he's played SpongeBob for so long that it's been ingrained in who he is.
yeah, absolutely. He really was everything you could have hoped for and more in a human being.
Yeah.
The physical embodiment of SpongeBob. Just really a stand-up guy, I have to say.
Yeah.
I also want to say, by the way, we know, gays, Mayhem has come out.
Yeah. We're aware.
We're aware. We have listened to it. We love it. However, I do want to save our discussion.
We'll do a full Mayhem review
next week.
Yeah.
Because we simply don't have the time for that today.
Yeah. Wait, was there anything that you wanted to talk about meeting Tom Kenny? Anything else? Any other details that we've left out? He's a musician.
Yes, it was so funny because he walked in and there was a blues band performing, and then they like, oh, Tom's in the building.
Yeah.
And then he goes up and starts singing.
Yeah.
We got a video of that. We'll post it. And we took a picture with him. We'll post it on our Instagram at Let's Talk About That Pod.
And so now we can officially say Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, is a friend of the pod.
He is a friend of the pod.
SpongeBob SquarePants
is a friend
of the pod.
That's pretty fierce.
It's pretty fierce.
It reminds me, a couple weeks ago, Jason Dolly walked in with SpongeBob SquarePants socks on.
So here we go.
And it's all becoming in universe. Our next thing.
I really want to see his house.
Well, he
Tom
told us
Kenny.
where he lives. He lives
around the corner,
right down the block.
But
for us.
I want to see how much SpongeBob stuff he has in his house.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll contact him and go over there and have a blast.
Check it out. We'll let you know.
maybe film an episode. Who knows?
But anyway, Tom Kenny is not our guest today.
No, our guest today is also related to Tom Kenny in a way because Tom Kenny is from Syracuse, New York, which happens to be my alma mater.
Yeah.
Which is where I met our guest today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a class.
He's also from there.
who is also from Syracuse, New York. Yes, our guest today is an incredible comedian. Okay.
So funny.
He is hilarious. He has a social media channel called Krab Videos that he does with his brother, Aiden, where they make sketch comedy for you 5 times a week.
Yes, and he used to work for the very popular channel College Life,
an American High original, so you best believe we'll be getting all up in that.
Yeah.
He's a dear friend and someone we are so excited to have on the podcast. Please welcome Ryan Micho right after this. Ryan Micho, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me on the pod.
Now, we've had a few straight people on before, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you are my favorite straight person who has ever been on the podcast.
That means a lot to me.
Yes.
And I do appreciate you sending me the rankings weekly.
Yes.
It's good to know that I am. I did slip a couple of times, but we're back on top.
You were down. You were maybe number 7.
Hovering around 7 out of, I think, 150 it was. Yeah.
And now you're up at number 1.
It means a lot. It means the world to me.
What was the reason for that slip?
Just tardiness. Late. Frequently late.
Yes. Yep. Of course.
And that'll do it.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
How are you doing? What's up?
I'm doing really good. First and foremost, let me say that the light coming off the highway to get here is absurd.
Okay.
Like the light where you have to turn off the highway, or the light right
coming off
after
the 101.
They got like 45 stops. Took me. I texted you. I was like 5 minutes out.
Yes.
Took me 15 minutes. Just
yeah. Oh,
Depends on the
you know
time
what
of
it is?
day.
We're close to a private school where all the celebrities send their children.
So a lot of people, paparazzi.
No. So it's all the parents that are sitting in their minivans waiting to pick up their kids.
Slash the nannies.
Yeah.
Really?
We got
in
cut
their
off
Range
coming
Rover.
out of the driveway by Max Greenfield the other week. So.
Yeah.
That's
Schmidt from New Girl.
getting cut off by him. Is that sort of like you're pissed, but then you're also like, it's kind of it's kind of nice to see.
He
him.
looked straight
pissed.
at us.
Oh, okay.
Straight at us, and he was like. I was like, girl, like, let us go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's really what that traffic
So a lot of like the
there.
big black Escalade cars. Is that the genre
Range
of car?
Rovers, Land Rovers,
Yep.
Teslas, a lot of Teslas waiting for their kids.
Yeah,
How do you
yeah.
feel
I
about
mean,
Tesla?
How do I feel? Probing the waters.
Nikola Tesla, though.
Oh, the guy.
Yes,
the guy.
yes.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about him?
Big fan. Me and him went to college together. Actually.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were roommates. To have a bit of falling out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, speaking of going to college together, we went to college together.
Which is crazy. Yes, we did go to college together. I feel like that's the last time I saw you was on campus of said college.
Yeah, Syracuse. We could say Syracuse.
We could say the
right?
name redacted.
Is that okay?
Yes, we can say Syracuse. We can say Syracuse.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out.
We'll bleep it out in the show.
Jerome is here, by the way. As
Our
well.
producer Jerome has made it to the studio.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod for the first time.
No, he works for the pod.
The first time in a very long time he is here. Thanks, Jerome, for being here.
How many friends of the pod do you have? And do you have any enemies of the pod?
Ooh, we do have a couple enemies of the pod, but we're not going to name them.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes to keep that information in private. We have it in a
Absolutely.
book.
Yes.
You know, next to our bed.
I've recently got into witchcraft, and so I do take that book and do like little
Witchy
incantations and
Yeah.
hexes and
Is
whatever.
it just to fall asleep? Just
Yeah,
when you're
like,
winding down?
It's a nice, relaxing activity that makes me feel better.
Do you guys go on your phones before bed?
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes.
What do you mean?
Like for how long? Like okay, you're winding down for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you just pick up your phone? Let's scroll for a bit, or do you check text, go to bed?
Recently, we've been doing reading time.
Yes.
I bought 4 books individually.
What books?
That's a great question.
Oh, no.
That's
You
a
don't
great
even
question.
know the books?
I bought books with the intention of reading them because I was like, I need to get away from phone time. I think it's destroying my sleep.
Yeah.
Now they are decor more so than.
Oh, no.
But how are you making yourself read? Are you just have good books? Is
Well,
that
we're reading Harry Potter, so
So
that'll
he's
do
never
it.
read Harry Potter, so I'm
Yeah.
like putting him through that.
Are you reading it together?
We're reading separate books. Like
Yeah.
he's ahead of me.
I'm ahead.
And do you ever threaten to spoil things when you're pissed?
Well, we had to watch the movies because we were going to the Cursed Child premiere.
Yeah, so we just recently watched all the movies.
So you did the movies first, and then you went back, did
Yes,
books.
and now I'm reading.
Now
the
he's
books.
reading the books.
Yes.
He's only on 2 though. So.
I'm done with 2.
Oh, you finished 2.
Well, I have like 20 pages.
So he's not done.
Just about done.
I read Harry Potter multiple times growing up, and then I wanted I reread them periodically.
Yes.
Do they hold up as an adult reading them?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They absolutely do. Well, when was the last time you read them?
When I was like 14.
Oh, well, that's
So I
not
don't-
that recent.
That is fair. Yeah, I've dropped off a bit.
No, they definitely do hold up, except for the blatant racism and
Yeah, a lot of racism.
lot of racism,
Right,
lot
right.
of
But-
phobia.
But they're
Right,
funny.
right.
I never knew they were funny.
They
Yeah.
are funny.
Clever writing.
There's like
Clever
a lot of
writing.
like witty
That
lines.
bitch, she's a good writer.
Yeah, that bitch.
Have you guys been to the land? The amusement park?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I went to the one in Florida, like literally the first year it opened. Dating myself a little bit, but like the first.
Did you
year.
go to the park with the intention of seeing it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
but have you gone here?
No.
What have you done since you've been here? Wait, so you moved here like 4 months ago to
Yes.
Los Angeles
Correct,
County.
yes. Yes.
And what have you been doing?
Well, I've been getting up to. We bought bikes,
Okay.
Okay.
so we've been using those.
Yeah.
That's nice.
City biking, terrible. A lot
Yeah.
of stop and start. It's like running.
Yeah.
But you go quicker, so you're just like.
You're stopping more
Yeah.
often.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's been bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, mostly just working. That is the reason. Did sort of move here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which no,
we
right,
don't like
right.
working.
No. Also the sun. So imagine we from Syracuse, New York.
Yes.
I'm from Syracuse, New York.
Yes.
It's very cold and there's no sun there.
That is correct.
And so the intention was to move to the sun. In a lot of ways, I'm like a plant.
Interesting though, because you moved by the coast. I'm just breezing right past that comment.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. You move by the coast, and it's normally very cloudy over there.
They don't tell you this in the pictures, I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
The marine layer,
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
it's garbage.
That'll
Because the
get
East
ya.
Coast, they don't have that.
Right.
No.
And then, I wake up in the morning, I'm going to go to the beach, and I'm walking through a layer of fog. I can't
Yes.
see the ocean until I'm in
That'll
the
get ya.
ocean.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
You sh-
ridiculous.
You should move inland. That's where everyone is.
There have been conversations about moving further inland.
Okay.
I think as I age progressively each year, I'll move maybe
Yeah.
10 miles inland.
Yeah,
until
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
maybe in, I don't know, what would that be, like Utah eventually? Yeah.
Yeah. Jerome,
like
did you just
50
make
years.
noise? Penalty. Wait, so you moved with your brother, right?
Mhm, correct.
Okay.
And you guys live together?
Yes, me, brother, Aiden, and our third roommate, Kellen.
Okay.
Okay.
Who
Oh,
works-
Kellen Ricci.
Reiki.
Reiki.
Yeah. that was very close.
He was our friend Chloe, who we've talked about on this podcast before. She works on Wizards Beyond Waverly Place now. He was her peer advisee. She was his like mentor
Okay.
going into college. And so I think it's funny that he moved with you.
So she is largely responsible for
How he is
has
today.
become today.
Yes, and who has he become today?
Just a menace. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's a
always
biking menace.
he's dumping paint in my room.
Oh
and,
yeah.
and just ripping my doors off the. It's
Yeah.
classic roommate behavior.
yeah.
Things
the
like
number
that.
of times you've had to repaint, I mean, that's expensive.
It's expensive, but it is a nice sort of cleansing. We do the weekly repaint of the entire apartment.
Sure.
I've never painted a wall in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you see those 2 walls?
Yeah.
I painted them by myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was this?
You gave me a look. You did not help one bit. You gave me this look like you did all this helping.
I helped with the color.
No.
That's important. So yeah, see, you were in charge of the style.
Yeah.
And then you were
Yes.
doing more of the logistics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
That's what happened.
how quick was the turnaround on the painting?
Oh, it only took a day to do both.
He did 2 walls in a
Walls.
day.
Like it took like like a couple hours.
I was mysteriously absent that day, but I had
flew
an
home.
illness. Yeah.
it took a couple hours.
have no concept of how long it takes to paint something. I just know you need the blue tape.
You need
right?
the blue tape. Well, and if the wall is white, it's so like the wall was white underneath, so it's easier. 'Cause
And I
don't
see you
have
also
to- I painted this one square with the extra test paint I had left over that I didn't use, like ultimately on that wall because it was too dark, and I thought it would just be nice to make this little square around this light.
But obviously,
you think?
we're filming in a gated studio in Van Nuys.
Yeah, behind this, it's an open lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the back lot right now. It looks like we're inside. We're outside.
We're on stage
Yeah.
19 at the moment.
Live audience has been quiet.
Yeah.
It's been very
We're
quiet.
not laughing at our
Literally.
jokes. I mean, what is that?
think-
Jerome,
Well,
don't make a sound.
Maybe we have to be funnier. All right, tell me about your work. So you've been doing a lot of work. And I want to know.
Yes. Well, okay, yeah. So I worked at a company called American High for
Yes.
quite some time.
We're
doing-
very familiar.
Very familiar.
Oh,
We've
is there
had lots
crossover?
of American High
Well,
stars.
we're good friends with Julia Lester and Matt Cornett,
Yep,
who both
yep.
starred
Both in movies.
American
Both
High
in
movies.
American High movies.
Yes. Have
That's our-
chatted with both.
Yes,
I'm
they-
sure
they-
I came up.
They're friends
on the
they're
episode.
friends of the pod.
They were both on this podcast in that seat.
What? Not today.
No.
Different day.
Yeah, American High did some sketches there. They also do movies, and then now have since moved. Now doing full-time personal
Content
content creation.
So you're done with you're done at American High.
Yeah. We left American High in September.
All right.
You're an influencer?
Full-time content creator.
Why am I gagged?
That's interesting. I didn't know. I never really considered that. But yeah, I guess technically in that way I am an I don't know influencing of what.
Wait, what do you
Well-
mean you didn't know you were an influencer?
Well,
Your job is content creation.
Well, it is content creation. It's really it's a whole different thing. I don't want to get into the weeds, but it's a
Well,
different
you're in
beast.
the land of the influencers now, so you have to walk the walk.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
walk down the street looking for them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a community.
You gotta
Yeah.
wear the sunglasses and just always have your phone out. Like,
All of
Yeah.
them live in Burbank, just so you know. Go have
they're all
cafes
playing
in Burbank.
pickleball
Yeah.
in Burbank.
Yes.
Do you guys play pickleball?
love?
We do like pickleball.
Love.
We live next to a court, and it's like not easy to get on.
Do you live next to an indoor court?
No,
Okay.
not-
but I could.
But it's like always popular.
It's
Like,
always
there's-
popping.
Yeah. No, it's always insanely busy.
Yes.
And like it doesn't seem like people are playing for pleasure. It seems like it is their job and they're
Yeah.
there to win
Yeah.
and no one like wants to this is from the outside. I haven't like gone in, but like the attitude is very much so intimidating.
Well, fitness culture is very scary here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Larry and I had a big argument over this on the podcast one time
About what?
about how I was acting during pickleball, and I explained
Well,
to him
you were
it's-
trash talking, honey.
I was explaining to him that you need to have the competitive spirit.
The game is both mental as well as physical.
That's right. you have to break them down in two ways, physically and emotionally.
If you dig up stuff before the game from their personal life and you
Yeah.
can just sort of seed that, you
yeah,
know.
you know, plant that seed
Yeah.
and just get it swirling in the brain, and then you hit them with a hard one, like
Pull up their medical records. Yeah.
yes, like think about your mother,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
yeah, it's all like that.
That's kind of what they did in table tennis at the Olympics.
Yeah, that's true. But we have a connection, a friend of the pod, Cosette, who is a huge pickleball influencer in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of have the key to the city in regards to pickleball then. I
Oh yeah.
presume.
If we want,
We
if
got
we
the-
want,
the-
we have the access. you
That's
know?
why I was asking. There's an indoor pickleball like place in Santa Monica that she is like a very big member of. So
She's a big member of.
yes,
Yeah.
She's high up.
she's
Yeah,
high. Oh
high
yeah.
up
Oh
in
yeah.
the community.
She learned from the world's best pickleballers at like a Hulu event.
Yeah. So if you stick with us,
Then I will.
can get you
My
in.
world of pickleball will be opened.
Yeah.
We tried to join a intramural softball league. We joined as free agents, my roommates and I, and we didn't get picked up. None of us got picked up.
what does
Brutal.
intramural mean?
You got cut from intramural softball.
Intramural?
We didn't get cut. We never even got in the door. It's not even like we were removed from the team. We just never Coach never called me up.
Oh my God.
I'm still on the waiver wire. So
it's
this
like,
is
it's like rec. It's like recreational. Like
Okay, like for fun.
yes.
It's like extracurricular.
yes.
yes.
Okay,
Except
okay.
in real life. You know?
I don't know
Right.
what the word like intramural.
Intramural.
Can we pull that up?
Jerome, pull it up. Jerome. No, but that is insane that you got cut.
Why'd you get cut?
Well,
You just didn't make the team? Like you
I-
did the tryouts?
no, there was no. If there was a tryout, that league is far out of my. That's not my wheelhouse. It was like you sign up, you just put your name on like a website.
Got
Okay.
it.
So I guess there was no like. How do you know who to pick off the waiver wire? You're really just guessing. I guess there should have been more of an
Oh. Maybe
it's
audition
just
process.
like-
Wait, so I think maybe
First come, first serve.
yeah,
right?
maybe they like looked you up and were like, oh,
They looked up my high school pilot. Yeah, they're like, this guy's
and they were
not.
like, nope, not even inviting him to tryouts.
It's brutal. Yeah, not even I just let me intern there, right?
Yeah.
Just let me get in the door.
What about beach volleyball? Do you like beach volleyball?
I love beach volleyball and I want to play very badly. I also want to get into surfing.
Wow.
I don't know how to
oh
surf.
my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm in California now,
The
and
thing straight people
You're
do.
having like the California honeymoon phase. You're in the like LA honeymoon phase.
I know I'm trying to take it. I've been getting acai bowls.
Oh my God. Do you go to like Erewhon?
I've been in once. I wanted to hate the smoothie so much. I like bought the smoothie. I'm like, this is gonna be awful. I'm just like pissed drinking it. It was so good.
I've never
so
had
good.
one.
That's
How much-
I've never had
Wait,
one
how
either.
much is it for real?
It's $20.
$20 for the smoothie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
For a
just
smoothie.
crazy.
But like, I am not I don't like to spend money,
Me-
and
me
I
too.
think it is a justified $20. Like I really enjoyed.
Would
the
you
smoothie.
Felt
Consider
okay
it-
spending $20
Yeah.
on it.
Would you consider it to be like a full lunch? That smoothie?
He's shaking his head no. I think I would agree. It's probably not it's more of a treat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, it's a treat.
It's like
Yeah.
a treat yourself day.
Just maybe don't eat for a couple days afterwards to make
Right.
up for the
For the
financial
20
Sure.
dent.
yeah.
I gotta imagine it's good for the metabolism.
I don't think it's good for anything. If
Oh.
you look at well, actually no, that's not true. The ingredients are like good. They're
Oh.
Like superfood.
it's good for your skin.
Oh my
allegedly.
goodness.
Really?
What do they put collagen in a smoothie?
They do, right? I'm
Oh
pretty
my
sure
God.
they do. Yeah. I didn't know
Gotta go
college.
get one.
Yeah, really.
Are they all the different flavors are different celebrities, or where there was just one Hailey Bieber one? and
That's
now
really funny you
over?
point that out because no, it's just Hailey Bieber, I believe.
And they
She's the only
and they
one.
still have the Hailey Bieber one, or
yeah.
is that
Yeah.
And, like, was there ever a marketing? I never saw any like.
It was just like
it was
a thing
it was
that everyone
pre your
kinda knew.
time in LA?
Yeah.
I see.
It
It
was,
was just
pre
like a thing everyone in town kind of knew.
Were there
like 2 years ago.
If you know, you know.
Right. Like
Yeah.
like I never saw once an advertisement for it, but like we just kind of knew about it.
That's what confuses me is because like, is she getting paid from it? I presume.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
But it's sort of like a faceless ad campaign.
Yes.
That's awesome. You can just slap your name on like
That's what they
Hailey
all
Bieber's
do.
Selena
car tires.
Gomez, hello. She has $1 billion company doing makeup.
Is that what both of you would like to pivot your careers towards? Is just being able to just add your name to items?
I think that's what everyone wants.
I think that's like mogul status, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
being a mogul.
that's like Kim
you know?
Kardashian level.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Jerome, weren't you supposed to be looking up intramural?
Yeah.
I think he's still working on slow internet.
takes place within the confines of a building. I don't think it really makes sense in the context of what it
It
actually
takes place
Okay.
within the confines of a building.
building.
Okay, that doesn't
That's
make
most
any sense.
things.
Yeah.
That's not
This
really
podcast.
descriptive.
Is this an intramural podcast?
It's an intramural
That's-
podcast.
yes.
It's inside the mural.
Yeah. Stupid.
You have to paint a mural. It's like Xanadu.
Yeah.
Too gay for this
too,
room.
Too gay for the room. Okay. I want to ask you some insanely personal questions on a
Yeah,
public
yeah.
forum.
Yeah.
Are you currently wearing makeup?
No.
I hate you.
Wow.
I hate
What?
you. Your skin just looks like that.
Oh, this is real. I have a pimple going on here.
What do you do for your skin?
Soap.
Yep. This is the straight boy. This is the straight boy thing. They
Soap?
all have good skin and they don't do anything.
I do. I'm moist. I'll like moisturize with I have a tub of CeraVe.
Okay.
That felt like a plug, but
How often do you do that?
CeraVe, we love you.
Love you.
And then I'll just eat the collagen from the Haley
The Haley
Bieber.
Bieber smoothie.
Yeah.
I do it maybe once every 2 days. Like when I come out of the shower, I'll be like, it feels right. Feels like time.
Okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Do you have a manager?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Good for you.
Social media man. They're managing your social media or like
General management.
general management.
That's incredible.
It's
Do you
good
get
stuff.
opportunities and things?
We can break it down. I have agents for
wow.
like acting stuff, and then I have an agent for social media, like brand deals and stuff, and then management for just like.
Oh my God, little Ryan Micho making his way in the world. No, it's so funny because when I met you, you were like a sophomore in.
I think I was a freshman.
A freshman in college. We took a stand-up comedy class together in college, which is how.
And you were very funny. You two, you were elite. Your Polar Express bit legitimately makes me laugh out loud when I think about it sometimes.
Jerome, you were on the winter episode and you didn't do your Polar Express bit.
Well, no one asked.
I didn't know.
Jerome.
How was I supposed to know?
We did a holiday episode that you were featured on.
Well, it was New Year's. It was New Year's.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was New Year's.
He was teed up.
No, different. It was post all of that. And now look at you. You have a manager. So what's your dream?
Like I would say, write and direct movies and TV. Like I would like to create TV shows. I think that would be a very cool thing to do. Is just like make TV shows and sort of like, and then like go on to a new one. But like we're really focusing on our YouTube. That's like I think that's gonna be big.
You think YouTube's going to be a big thing?
I think keep your eye on YouTube. Google. It's called Google.
Get in on it early, folks.
Yeah.
Check the stock prices.
Yeah. I would.
So how often do you post YouTube videos?
We try to post. We post like 5 sketches a week, like
As shorts?
like vertical shorts, and then we got a couple. I also have like a series I do on my personal YouTube called Ryan Micho with Ryan Micho. The show is called Ryan Micho and it's hosted by Ryan Micho. So it's Ryan Micho with Ryan Micho. And then I post that weekly with like clips from that. And then we got a couple other like, we're trying to do more long form stuff. So hopefully you'll see some of that be coming out soon.
So you're saying you're doing a
my-
podcast?
No,
Is this
well,
your
a podcast,
podcast?
but no, like more like scripted like shows and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
Good luck
Fine.
breaking in the market, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, on
We will
YouTube, just
take you
distribute
down.
on YouTube. Yeah. Oh, the podcast.
We will destroy you.
Destroy you.
This is
No,
the-
different markets.
But I would expect to be the first guest on your podcast.
Yeah, if you want to be just every week, maybe the first 1 minute of the thing we check in, just see how you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And you leave.
Like the weather. We could do the weather. Wouldn't that be
I like that.
fun?
Having a
Today
weather.
it's sunny.
We could be your on-site correspondents.
Are weathermen still around? Is that still a job that exists?
That's still a job. Meteorologist.
Yeah.
Is that the-
Give them
That's
the
the
respect
proper
they
term.
deserve.
Learned that from Nathan Fillion in Modern Family.
I see. Not to be rude, but like a meteorologist, like there's the app now. Like
Yeah, but who do you think
Yeah.
is getting the data and interpreting it to put on the app?
so they're like
Mr.
a scientist. I was under the notion that it might be false, but I thought meteorologists were just like like an anchor that they were just like, you're doing weather now.
Well,
I think sometimes.
yeah, I think there's presenters of weather, and then I think there are,
And then there's the uglier people that
Right.
sit in the back.
Do you think there's a stigma at a news channel if it's like that guy's not trained in weather? Is this do you
I
know
think
about
so.
this?
Have you watched the morning show?
No.
okay,
Well,
so
I've heard it's very good though.
the morning.
I
show
only
goes
watched the
into that.
first season.
Well, it's interesting. The first season is really, really strong, and then by season 3, they send Reese Witherspoon to space.
Are you
So-
serious?
Goes off the rails, yeah.
And they also address the January 6th insurrection.
So they sort of-
and the war in Ukraine all in the same season.
In one episode.
Yeah, actually,
Like,
it was
literally,
one
like, one-
episode.
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was one episode.
crazy.
Yeah, that's like the vibe of it now.
I think the preferred arc for every TV show I watch would be if by season 2 they're going to space. That's the Fast and Furious model.
You should watch the
Yes.
other two. On
I've heard
Max.
it's very good.
Yeah.
Oh my! Wait, you would love it.
They go to space too.
Are you-
In season
seriously?
3,
It is such your
I think
sense
it's
of
season 3,
humor.
but yeah.
They have just one writer edit for all these shows. Like, I got an idea, guys.
No, it's just
What
she,
if?
she starts dating she tries dating billionaires because she wants to like date out of her financial league.
Yeah.
And they basically just take her to space, and
Basically, the joke is that she's like dating all these different men, and as they're like millionaires, and then as soon as they become billionaires, they immediately turn into like Elon Musk. Basically,
Oh,
Yeah.
they become like evil
in a,
as
in
soon
a,
as
in a
they-
jump cut, they turn into Elon Musk.
Oh.
They get
essentially.
like one of them like rock climbing, being like, "Look how high I am! Look how high I am!"
It's like Gollum.
and then they go to space. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
And then
much.
they go to space.
You would love that show.
I've been recommended it, and I just
Very
forget to
funny.
watch it. Would you go to space if given the opportunity? No.
I think I would go if it was like very regulated and it was like commercial and there was like little to no chance of anything going wrong. I don't think we're at that point yet.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that are trying to get us to that point. I don't think we're there.
I agree, because going to space now, like, there's a pretty good chance something's gonna go wrong,
Yeah.
and also like there's not anything up there yet. What are you gonna do when you're up there?
When they build the moon
Boring.
base-
Yeah,
Boring.
You can just go to the station and kind of float around a bit.
Yeah, when they build like the cool like space theme park, yeah, I'm going to space. When they build like when they
No.
build Six Flags
Honey, you're
moon
not
on the
going to
moon.
space. Okay, I'm still haunted by the Challenger. You're not going to space.
Well, we don't know. Once space becomes commercialized, you might be buying land on the moon.
Yeah, buying property.
Would you go to space?
If it became very safe and routine, like, oh, I gotta go to space this weekend. I gotta go visit my in-laws in space, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
If it's like,
Where do they live?
we're
Ugh,
going
the
to
moon.
Yeah,
Gotta go to the moon.
that's if the moon becomes habitable. Hyperboles, there are a lot that deal with the moon.
I
And
love
they're
you to
gonna
the moon and back. That
not-
becomes
not
literal.
that- I love you to Pennsylvania and back. Like that's what it's gonna become
Right,
equivalent to.
Right.
Yeah.
How are you gonna if you shoot for the moon, you miss, you land amongst the stars? Like, well, I shot to the moon and I made it. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Like people will think they have this confidence and like that they can do anything if they can just go to the moon every other weekend, and that's simply not true. I
Yeah.
don't like building false expectations.
Exactly. I think people's egos will become too big,
Yes.
and that's why I think we should blow up the moon
Yeah.
before we can get to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that. Do you think there's anything under the moon?
When you mean like under the surface?
Yes. Like in the
Oh.
moon.
Oh.
Do you think the moon is something? There's an episode of Doctor Who, by the way, where the moon is a giant egg, and it
hatches?
Wow.
Yeah.
What comes out of it?
Like a flying space creature.
Does it leave or does it do something with Earth?
No, it leaves.
Oh, it just goes?
Yeah.
That would probably wreak havoc on the tides, right?
Yes, it would.
That'd be
On
the
the
bigger
tide,
issue.
yeah.
Would be
Yeah.
Surfing, you would
Big
your
waves.
dream of surfing.
Big
Gone.
waves.
I
Surfing
watched this
gone.
movie many, many, many years ago. It was an independent film called Iron Sky, and it is about that after World War II, Nazis didn't actually like get eradicated. They just left Earth and went to the dark side of the moon, and they had been living there for the last like 70 years or whatever, and then they like try to come back to Earth and like destroy
And it's
Earth.
fictional or?
No, it was a documentary.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's true. It's all true.
They don't cover that very much.
Yeah. All right. More with Ryan Micho right after this. And we're back.
We are back.
We have covered a lot of really fun, uplifting topics today, such
Yeah.
as Nazis, the Challenger explosion.
Sounds like a morning show episode. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes, the war in Ukraine, the insurrection.
Yeah.
I asked you your thoughts at the beginning on.
You don't even remember.
I don't even remember. It was so dark. How do you feel about the Palestine situation? No, I'm kidding.
Coming off the break. Yeah, that's it.
So now that you're an influencer,
Right.
like, what is life like? You must be writing a lot, because if you're putting out 5 sketches a week, that's like a lot of work.
Well, we write like one day a week. Like Monday will be, and also like, it doesn't take. It's kind of like down to a system at this point where
Yeah.
like Aiden and I will be like, okay, what are we doing? And then we just blah, 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 and we're like, okay, good. And then we can like write it all in like maybe 4 hours and then shoot it all in one day, and then it's just like editing. So like it's sort of like the first half of the week we do the sketch stuff, and then the rest of the week is like various other things.
Yeah. We know the editing process. You go through it. That you've always been very good at like coming up with ideas. I know that about you because I remember in our stand-up class, like the things that you would do stand-up about were so like, you know, like things that people would never think of, and you've always been very good at that. So it makes sense to me that you found sketch comedy.
Thank you. Yes, I pride myself on noticing small things.
Yes. Yeah. Very detail oriented.
Yeah. Which could be to an annoying degree. I could say I like a lot of I'm a very skeptical, like a lot of cynicism.
Yes.
Just picking everything apart all the time.
Yeah. Well,
what's with that airplane food? You know.
Yeah. You got more on that? You got
something about peanuts.
Airplane food. They're not giving you food anymore.
No.
They're not giving you meals.
No.
That's a thing of the past.
It's a small bag.
They don't even give
Have
you
you
peanuts.
have you ever flown first class?
Yes, I have.
Did you, when people got on the plane, did you like look at,
Well, okay, the first time I flew first class, I had the thought that everyone in first class would be like so happy.
Yeah.
And they would just be like, oh, we're in first class. And, it's just like this gorgeous, everyone's getting massages and whatever. That really wasn't the case. Everyone was kind of grumpy.
They want private jets.
Well, yeah, because they're, it just goes to show you, like, no one is happy with where they are.
Always greener.
Right? Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Do you think Taylor Swift is happy?
Should we call her and find out?
Let's call her and find out. So that's what I thought, but I loved it. I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
They do give you free champagne.
How much?
And I think as much as you want.
Mm.
And maybe the alcohol is also free. I'm not sure about that.
He had Disney flying him all over the place.
And then they give you a meal.
That's pretty good.
Depending on how long the flight is, but yeah.
I never understood drinking on planes. I guess like if you're anxious, but like travel, the same thing with people who like, do you guys like take like stuff to like fall asleep on a plane?
No.
I take like horse tranquilizers.
So you go out.
Oh yeah, I am on like benzos, like benzoed out.
But like traveling is relatively stressful. It's like we got to make decisions. Like we're and it's like, okay, like I'm already stressed. And I'm like, let me also just like tranquilize myself. I feel like I wouldn't be able to function in an airport.
Oh, you see.
Well, I think you take it when you're on once you're.
That's where I'm going wrong. I'm taking it as I'm driving to the airport.
No, I take it right when I get to the airport, like immediately.
Are you serious? You go through TSA, you're like.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you been watching the new season of The White Lotus?
I just finished episode 2 yesterday. I was going out last night. And I finished episode 2, and I was like, I kind of want to just stay in and watch episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
I did not do that, but, like, the thought was in my head.
Yeah, I'm a lot like Parker Posey's character on the
Which
show.
Which one is that?
The Southern Mom.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's me at the airport.
Yes. Okay, very good.
He has to guide me places.
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally fine with it. But one time I was in first class, and they were offering champagne, and I was like, I'll have a little champagne. I took like 3 sips of it, and I was basically asleep before we even took off.
So they drugged you.
Yeah.
They
And then and then I woke up, and we were in the air, and I was like, that's crazy. I guess that's why people do it, because maybe the takeoff freaks them out.
He got the lorazepam champagne.
Yeah.
Waking up in the air. That's got to be cool.
Yeah.
That's got to be a cool feeling.
Yeah.
Only if it's intentional. Only if you knew.
Well,
if I fell asleep in my bed and I woke up in the air.
Be weird.
Different. Not quite as good. More troubling.
You went out last night. Where'd you go?
I went to Los Globos
I think I've heard
in
of
Silver
that.
Lake.
In Silver
all the
Lake,
way to
from
Silver Lake from Santa Monica?
You're telling me. I'm the one driving.
He went up the 10.
You drove?
He got on the 5.
I drove. Also, I bought a car when I got here. Driving city. Don't even get traffic. And so I bought a car, and it's like virtually self-driving, and they didn't market that at all. Like,
What do you mean virtually self-driving?
What kind of car?
I have a Toyota Corolla, and they have like the lane assist.
Yeah.
So you press the button, and it like
Stays in the lane.
There you go, exactly right. And it also corrects the speed. And so I'm just like,
But it doesn't turn.
it does. It does. I mean, like if I'm on the highway, it'll turn for me.
So you can get on the highway, push 2 buttons.
And
Yes.
play with your phone. Do you have to brake?
No.
What?
Yeah.
It brakes
Like so,
for
if
you?
you get into traffic, it just breaks.
Traffic is a relief. I just sit back and I'm just it's amazing. It's genuinely like traffic is not a big deal.
What
'Cause
year of Toyota Corolla is this?
It's a 2025.
It's
Oh,
new.
he
It's
bought the new.
We got the new.
Is it a hybrid?
It's a hybrid as well.
Oh my god! I gotta trade my car in.
Gotta
Yeah,
get into one of
really.
these things. Yeah.
Get your 2020 out of here.
Yeah, my 2020 out of here. I have like the lane detection, but it's not
Yes.
lane.
So it tells you, it's like, okay, you're veering off the road.
Mine
it's
just
just telling
beeps
you.
at me if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
start
It
to
goes,
go out of the lane.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to know that you're about to crash, not
Right.
really be
Right.
prevented in any
Not be
way.
prevented. No.
Right, right.
No. It's probably better that way.
Yeah, just a warning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Keeps you alert.
How good are you guys at merging?
I've
Very.
gotten good.
It's one of the most important skills here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to merge a lot. And a lot of
gotta
the
know when
ramps.
to merge.
A lot of the ramps are terrible and awfully inconspicuous.
Because growing up, driving and the merging etiquette seemed to be like, you see when there's an opportunity and then you go. Here it's sort of like you become an aggressor.
Yeah,
like
you have
you're
to
like,
make your opportunity.
I'm going to nudge your car out of the way
Yes.
to
Yes.
get into the lane.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll get better at it,
Yeah.
and you'll feel less bad about cutting people off.
That's the thing
Because
is, yeah.
they'll do it to you enough times where you're like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, I could see if I talk to someone outside of their car, we'd have a lovely conversation. We get in the car, they no longer see me as a person,
Yeah,
right?
it's just cars.
It's
There's
just cars.
No people.
That is probably how they pitched cars.
Yeah, they were
Movie
like,
cars.
"Have you ever been on the 405?" That's a movie.
What?
That was the pitch, guys. That was the pitch.
Yeah.
I went into Pixar and said the 405.
Oh, you were talking about the Pixar movie. See, I was in a completely different headspace.
I too was not totally sure.
You said that's how they pitched cars.
I know. I realize I'm the one who brought it up, and I'm like, what are you talking about? This is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things just come in and out of your brain, huh?
just like that.
It's insane.
Yeah.
What a way to live.
Yeah.
It's like always living on the edge.
Yeah. Do you think you could park a boat?
Yes, I
Really?
have parked a boat.
Really?
Yes.
It seems like you would damage stuff trying the first couple times. That's seems very hard.
So you go in very slow. You go in like really with no speed at all, right?
Yeah.
You kind of let it carry you because wherever there's a dock, the tide is kind of pulling it in.
Oh, interesting.
And the trick is to get your bowline, which is a knot, onto the post before you try and park. So like you kind of come up near the dock and then you like use a rope and kind of pull yourself to the dock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's messy. That's not as neat as I'd like it.
No, it's not a neat process.
Well, it's
at
hard
all.
when you're like on water, which is always moving.
right.
It's like it never stays still, really.
Right. So
not-
once you're fastened to the post and like in there, then you can drop anchor.
Are anchors real?
Yes.
That's a real like if you're in like a tiny little boat, they have an anchor on the boat.
Like a sailboat
A
will have an
sailboat?
anchor,
Yes, of course.
I thought that was only like for Titanic level.
Well, no. Well, like, what if you want to go fishing? Like, what? Like, you have to anchor. You can't be in a moving.
That's a very good point. This never occurred to me. I just assumed that it would stay in place. But I guess it is water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water.
Nothing ever
water
stays in
moves.
place in
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah, that's true. Look at the Titanic.
Yeah. What's your
So-
favorite sketch? Do you have a favorite sketch that you've done?
We did this series called Alpha Dads that was sort of like making fun of. I grew up in a suburban neighborhood that was just a lot of like people that are sort of out of touch and like there's kids sports is everything and they think their child is going D1 and to the NBA and they think
Absolutely.
their
Yeah.
child is the most important, like Timmy's like 5'7",
Right.
but he's going to prep school.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So there are a lot of these like dads that would walk like very like good posture, like thought they were alphas.
Yes.
And we like wore like a vest with a collared shirt and stuff, and there'd be like 4 of us. And the sketch was fun because we got a lot of really random like opportunities out of it. For example, John Deere sent us 4 riding lawnmowers to just like mess around on.
Yeah. Did you have to send them back?
I thought we were gonna get to keep them, and I was so excited. We did not get to keep them, but yeah, that was like a moment where we were like at a lake house driving the lawnmowers around. I was like, it's a fun job that I do.
Yeah.
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 So that is my answer.
And you make millions.
Buddy, double that.
Wow.
Double
2
it.
million.
2 million. Each sketch is about 2 million. Yes.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have a favorite like moment like that, like a brand moment?
Favorite brand moment?
Favorite brand moment? Like, I got
there a
get
favorite
any
collab?
cool things? Any cool collabs?
Wow, the lawnmower thing didn't impress you, did it?
No,
I
it
gotta
did.
double it.
It
Well,
did,
I was
but,
gonna,
you know, I
I was
know
gonna
more.
ask you right before that, like, what do you do with 4 lawnmowers?
we did a lot of like formations, like fighter jet sort of illusions.
Yeah. Kind of like water dancing. You know how they make all the different.
Yeah, we watched
Synchronized
hours of
swimming.
water dancing
Yeah.
to recreate that
Yeah.
on lawnmower.
Yeah.
Do you have a drone? Did you get like cool drone shots of that?
We do have a drone. Didn't even consider that.
That would have
Oh.
been cool.
That would have been great though. Do you guys? Do you have a
need
drone?
DP.
No, no
We-
drone.
That would be nice. No drone.
No drone.
Have you ever thought about filming your podcast on a drone? It's obviously a small. It's
we
a
had
small
the head
space.
drone.
The ceiling isn't that high above us.
One time I was like doing this music video that I was directing, and I was working with someone who did have a drone, and we didn't have a crane. So, but I wanted like this cool, like a kind of like a crane shot. So we used the drone as if it was a crane.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really cool that like the drone was versatile enough to do that.
I guess we could use it as a jib. We could do like a jib shot for anyone who doesn't
Yeah.
know. A jib is like a long.
It's like, it's the crane. Yeah.
It's like a long thing that comes down. And
I love you
it's a
name
little
dropping the
camera.
jib. My work study job at Syracuse was for one semester I operated the jib.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You were a jib operator.
I was a jib.
For
Yeah, I
what
was a jib
show?
operator. It was like a class that was like a
Okay.
multicam class.
Oh, okay. Was it
Okay.
in the Newhouse multimedia lab? Is that where it was?
It was in one of the studios. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But very fun. It's like it's like a big giraffe.
Yes, yes, it is. They use it on the sitcoms a lot. Really, is kind of mostly where the jib comes into play.
And that sweeping shot, like if
I
you're
was
watching.
on a sitcom.
Well, would you like to speak on jib then?
No, I'm just saying.
We used
I
one on
know.
Drag Race too. We used one on Drag Race that was very terrifying.
We
was it
just never
terrifying?
called it a jib. We called it a crane.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a jib.
I think technically a crane and a jib are two different things. I
Oh.
think the jib is a smaller version of the crane, and the crane is the one
Oh.
that extends out.
Okay, well, he had Disney money. We had
Yeah.
Paramount money. But our crane jib, whatever you want to call it, was scary because the way that it's filmed, there's a judges panel on one side, and the main stage is in the middle, and then like all the cameras are to the kind of the right and back of the judges panel and the main stage, right? And so the jib, because it's so big, it had to go in the very far corner, which is where we would like sit during like filming.
Yeah.
And so it would come like inches from your face, like inches from your face when it was getting over to get like the whole main stage
and it has
shot.
those big weights on the back. That
Yes,
are, like,
it has ginormous
gunning
weights.
towards your face.
If you got rocked in the side of the head with that,
You would
they-
die. You would die.
Yeah.
You would
I don't know
die.
if you would die, but someone would definitely get sued.
Yeah. Would
I
they-
mean, they're extraordinarily heavy. I mean,
Yeah.
the weights on them. There's like 5 45-pound weights on each side.
yeah, and
Yeah.
those things get some momentum. I mean, yeah, speeds are getting up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So you got to stay out of the way of the jib.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's a lot of power as a jib operator. If you
Right.
don't like, you don't like someone. Yeah.
Coming
Did you
in
ever
whack.
operate?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm not skilled enough for that.
One time on High School Musical, there was like the guy who was actually operating the crane, jib, whatever, and then off to the side there's the guy who has all the cranks.
Yeah.
That controls the camera position.
Uh-huh.
And one time I got to crank the camera position.
Was it?
He's so excited about
That was cool.
That's a good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Good skip resume.
Yeah,
Right on
camera
that.
cranker.
Camera cranker.
No, on your resume you would put full-scale jib operator. You would
Proficient in.
put- yes, that's what you would put on the resume. honey.
Did you guys ever have anything egregious on your resumes that, like, to get a job or like lie to get a job or anything?
I wouldn't call it lying.
You're clever. You're a wordsmith.
It's clever. Clever is a word. I love. So there's a phrase I love, and I use it. I use it once on the resume, but it's like my favorite one to use. It's managed complex and multi-layered projects. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I put on the resume. That is a very impressive sentence.
Right, and that could mean almost anything.
It can mean
Right.
almost anything.
Yeah.
It's very broad, so you can really apply it to any job that's on your resume. Like you can say complex and multi-layered,
But you can only pick one job to say that about, so you got to be clever.
right. You got to know like where to put it to maximize its impact.
Right,
I
yeah.
would say. It's fun that you want to create shows. I think that's a fun dream.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well,
You guys have you seen any TV shows before?
just a few. I created a few TV shows.
So you probably have seen them then. Didn't get around to it. Didn't get around to it.
It's actually true. There was one that I spent 3 years like fighting for and pushing, and like this needs to be made, and it got bought, and it was so exciting, and I made the pitch deck of it and developed it and all of that, and I didn't watch it.
Wow, that's brutal.
I didn't watch it when it aired.
It's a brutal industry,
It is. Well, sometimes it's like it's just a job,
That's
That's what you got to remember.
Is that sort of your motto when you walk into the workplace?
No, it's not, because I care very deeply about
You do.
everything I've ever done.
That's good.
And I want to say that publicly. I cared very deeply about Drag Race when I worked on that, because like my whole goal was to make queer media, and then I was making the biggest gay show in the world, and that to me was like, you did it.
That's
like,
that's pretty cool.
I was like, you did it. You made it to where you're supposed to be. So like that for me, I cared very deeply about.
And then just after that, dropped off a cliff. You're in your caring level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys use Google Calendar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What's your
Google.
language that you use when you're blocking off time? Well, I guess like if you're like if you don't want to be available during a certain time, but you don't want people to know that it's just because you don't want to like talk to anybody. Do you have,
I never have like used like a public.
Oh
Google
yes,
Calendar.
I have.
You have that.
I usually
Meeting.
put like doctor's appointment.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
A lot of
appointment.
because no one is going to question that.
You can't question a doctor's appointment. It's against HIPAA.
That's right. Yeah, 45 doctor's appointments a day.
So what's like the dream show that you want to make?
Pitch it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. It's
Genre wise, I mean, like comedy is like my like favorite show of all time is Arrested Development.
okay.
I think that would be something like
So like a scripted comedy.
yeah, for sure.
Sitcom type.
Have you watched The Righteous Gemstones?
No, that's
HBO Max.
what's his face? The Danny McBride. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I haven't seen like any Danny McBride stuff, and I always like I watched part of Vice Principals. Have you seen Vice Principals?
No.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for that.
Okay, no. So you have homework now.
Mm-hmm.
This is unbelievable. You have homework after this podcast, which is to watch The Righteous Gemstones and the other two.
Tonight?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Well, you better hurry up, because the new seasons of Gemstones starts tomorrow, which is yesterday when this comes out.
That's an incredibly well timed time to bring that up. Then if it starts right now, it almost feels like you were
What season is
Hello.
it?
working its way towards that.
Season 4? Jerome knows. It's season 4.
This episode is sponsored by The Righteous Gemstones.
Gemstones.
Stream on Max.
Stream it on Max, honey. That's right.
Well, I think we're about there.
Oh, we made it. Okay. Thank God. I couldn't imagine talking to
Yeah, I
Ryan
could
for
see
another
just
minute.
the life being sucked out of your eyes
Oh,
as it
my
went
God.
on.
It's just
falling
so
asleep.
difficult.
You guys won't see this, but there were maybe a 30 minute 30 minutes where you were just asleep. that we had to cut out of this.
Yeah.
It was the horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, you know, they get me.
Because you're flying tomorrow, so you're trying to get ahead of that.
Prepare.
I'm in prep stages. Right? So you slowly increase the dosage as you get there.
Yeah.
So you know me.
Well, where can the people find you?
They can find me on pretty much any social media. You guys have heard of social media.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Is
yeah.
that like
Making
a new
big
wave
waves.
thing?
It's just people are
I don't
doing it.
believe in new wave
Yeah.
things. I don't own a telephone.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We did have a guest. We did have a guest on that didn't own a cell phone.
That's
Really?
true.
Yeah.
We
How
did.
old were they?
70 something.
77.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Sally Struthers.
That's
Yeah.
cool to be that. that's
Legend
cool.
of comedy.
Legend of.
You should know Sally Struthers.
Two-time
I'm sure
Emmy
we've
Award
met.
winning.
I'm sure we're
Two-time Emmy Award winner, All in the Family.
all in the fam. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Okay, so I'm going to plug myself now.
Yeah.
Oh,
go
yeah.
for
Yeah, I guess, if you want.
So first and foremost, KRAB _videos, Krab videos.
Okay.
Yes.
There's one.
As in
And
Krusty.
As in, but yes,
The
you've seen
Krusty
SpongeBob.
Krab. Yeah.
We got to tell them about what we did last night after this.
You guys met SpongeBob.
We did.
Yeah.
That's
we did.
insane.
Yeah.
We hung out with Tom Kenny all night.
You live action SpongeBob. You met real. And then also Ryan Micho, my personal Ryan _Micho, and then I'd also like to plug Jums 300. What is it? Jeremy Shapiro.
My God.
Oh,
How dare you?
He's been plugged. He's been plugged.
He is not a part of this.
No, he is, but he's been plugged.
No, you are so funny on social media.
Oh, thank you.
Here comes the part where I be genuine for a second,
Okay, yeah.
which I hate.
Right.
You are so funny on social media. Like, it's an instant follow. It's truly like
thank you.
like you will want to check it out. And you can go watch all his past stuff too on the college life, like TikTok stuff.
Oh, it's out there.
But don't follow that account.
No, because he
you're
doesn't
not
work there.
supporting him
Yeah,
if
that's
you do
right.
that.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
Do you guys have any accounts that you want to plug right now for them to never follow ever?
a few come to mind. I won't say them. We're at Let's Talk About That pod on.
Hey,
on-
we're also an instant follow.
That's right.
You know?
On Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on
YouTube.
We're
We're getting on the YouTube train.
oh my God, we made our
Riding
first
the wave together.
We made our first YouTube video last week. Like our episodes come out as YouTube videos, but like we made our first like YouTube video.
Oh, like
That was-
strictly
that was
for the platform.
specifically for
for
yes.
YouTube.
Branching
last
out.
week.
Yes.
Diversify the content.
That's
Yeah.
how you become a mogul.
Yes.
That's how we get to pay or get paid to put our names on things.
Yes, this is the mogul episode.
Yeah. You should start a skincare line.
I don't do anything for my skin.
Well, it's just
can't-
soap.
What would I sell?
Soap.
So
Yes.
you have a
That's
soap
good.
line.
I'll just sell advice. It'll be like one of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
like guru, like
Maybe
those
it's
like
your diet. Do you have a
Yeah.
good diet?
I mean, I ate like chicken.
Chicken.
Well, that's
Focus on
great.
chicken.
Yeah, chicken. Chicken's
You
a
heard it
big
here
one.
first,
Big-
folks. Chicken.
Yeah,
You gotta check it out.
That's what you gotta do. We were here like caked in makeup, and he comes in here with no makeup. It's unbelievable. Okay, thank you, Ryan, for being here.
Thank
This
you for
was
having
fun.
me. This was lovely.
We hope we didn't grill you too hard.
Yeah.
No, I had an absolute blast.
That's amazing.
Or did you have a mediocre time?
No, I had an absolute blast.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're not
Okay.
listening. You had a blast.
Oh, now it's
Jeez.
coming from both ends. So this is not okay. We're gonna end it here. We'll see you next week on Let's
Let's talk about that. Bye.